Unexpected Vegetarian. Today, I'm going to do gumbo, vegetarian style. It'll be a little bit difficult, but it's kind of a complicated recipe to take a couple hours, so make sure you plan ahead, and that way you'll be ready to eat when you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute chicken, because most gumbos have chicken. We're going to use tofu instead. Most gumbos have like an andouille or a smoked sausage. We're going to just use regular vegetarian sausage instead, breakfast sausage. So let's go through the ingredients. We've got a half a package of tofu that I've drained and cubed. The package is about this big, and I used half of it. We have 4 of these vegetarian breakfast sausage links. We have to make a roux, so we've got about 1/3 of a cup of flour. We use about 1/4 cup of olive oil to make the roux. Vegetables, we have a half a green pepper chopped, we have a half an onion chopped, and we have half a stalk of celery. Oh, it's about a full stalk of celery in there. So that's there. And we have 2 cloves of garlic that I chopped pretty fine. Got a half a cup of parsley. So when we make gumbo, traditionally we use Worcestershire sauce. Well, we're going to make it vegetarian style, so we can't use Worcestershire sauce. We're going to use soy sauce instead. So I've got a little bit less than 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce here. That'll give it that fermented flavor. We're also missing smoked sausage, so what my trick is going to be is to use liquid smoke. And we're only going to use about a tablespoon or so. We're going to add that to it later in the recipe, and that'll give it the smoky flavor that you're missing when you make a gumbo. We've got vegetable broth, a can of stewed tomatoes, and we have about a cup of frozen okra. You can't have gumbo without okra. So we've got all those ingredients, and that's what we're going to do. I like to serve it over rice too. We'll show you how to do that later. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to brown the tofu in a fry pan with a little bit of seasoning. I'm going to use gumbo filet seasoning and a little salt and pepper. After that's got a little color, I'm going to cut up the breakfast sausages. I'm going to throw them in there too, get them nice and warm, maybe a little color on them too. And then I'm going to set that aside. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a roux. I'm going to put the flour and the oil in my pan here. I'm going to cook it for about 10 minutes or so. And when we come back, I'll show you what it looks like and proceed with the recipe from there. There's a picture of our tofu browning in the saute pan. Get some good color on it. We're going to throw the sausages in there in a second. And there's the beginning of our roux. You see it's starting to turn a color already. Keep stirring it though, don't let it scorch. Okay, we're back. So we've cooked our tofu and made it a nice color. We threw our sausages in there. Got a little color, got a little texture to them now.
I'm sorry, I can't see it. Can you tilt the pan more? Thank you.
How's that?
Okay.
We added salt and pepper and a gumbo filet to that. So that's done. Now, we made a roux. We cooked the oil and the flour for about 10 minutes. We've got a nice dark roux happening here. So we cooked it for about 10 minutes to get this color, and then we took it off the heat, and it's completely cool now. So we let it cool. That's kind of important. Okay, so now we're going to turn the heat back on. Also, when you make a roux, it's kind of cool to have one of these little spatulas that's got the flat edge so that you can really scrape it. So now we're going to add a little more heat to it. We're going to put a little bit more oil on top of that. And we're going to add our vegetables and our garlic. So we've got, like I said, recapping, a half of an onion chopped, a celery stalk chopped, and a half of a green pepper chopped. We have about 2 cloves of garlic minced pretty well. And this just goes in right on top. We're going to let this come up to temperature, and we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. So we're going to stir it in. I'm going to cook that for about 10 minutes. We'll come back in 10 minutes and then we'll show you what the next step is. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. So now we add half the parsley, soy sauce, and liquid smoke. We're just going to dump it right in.
And how much of soy sauce and liquid smoke again?
We have a little bit less than 1/4 cup of the soy sauce. I'm going to use a tablespoon of the liquid smoke. You want to kind of measure this because the stuff can catch up to you real quick. So we just just 1 tablespoon. That'll be enough. And then half the parsley here goes right in. We're going to cook this another 10 minutes. And then, ooh boy, that smells good. Really, smoke really hits you as soon as it hits the heat. So this is kind of a tasty looking
Tilt it more, please.
menagerie of vegetables and flour and stuff. But okay, so we got this on like a medium heat. We'll let it go another 10 minutes, then we'll come back and we'll do the next step. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. Now what we do is we add the broth. And we're going to use about 3 cups. This is 4 cups in this container. Vegetable broth. And we're just going to add it in. Whisk it in. This is pretty thick. And also what we're going to do is we're going to add our tofu and our sausage to the pot. Just going to go ahead and just put that right in. I know, you can't see it. Whisk this. Okay, so now we've got our stew happening here. Now we cook it for 45 minutes. And after 45 minutes, we're going to add our okra and our tomatoes. So you make sure you don't use so much broth that you fill it over the top, because then you have trouble later. So leave yourself some room. It's going to bring it up to a simmer and let it go. It's going to thicken up nice because you got the roux going in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and scrape it off the bottom there, the roux. And once we get it to temperature, we're going to cover it, cook it for 45 minutes. We've now got it to a simmer. You can see pretty rich. We're using the whisk to just make sure we've incorporated all of the flour and the roux. So now that we've got it, we're going to cook it, simmer, cover it and simmer for 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. We're going to add the tomatoes and we're going to add the okra.
And what kind of tomatoes are those?
Just canned stewed tomatoes, nothing fancy. I've used just regular diced tomatoes that aren't stewed. Still comes out pretty well. Put it in there. You can see it's really, really to the brim now. Give it a stir. So now, we only have an hour to go. It cooks for an hour. So it'd be a good idea to make your rice now. We use brown rice, so that generally takes 35 to 45 minutes. We like brown rice in our house. I know traditionally gumbo, you're supposed to use the converted white rice. We like brown rice, so we'll show you how to serve it when we're done. Like I said, it's going to cook for an hour. When we come back, we'll show you how we serve it. Okay, now we're ready to serve our vegetarian gumbo. This is how we serve it. We got brown rice we cooked. Put a little parsley in there too. That's the way I like it. I'm going to go ahead and just put it right in the middle of the plate. Okay? We're going to go get our gumbo. Been cooking for an hour since the last time I saw you. And it's ready. Go ahead and get a ladle full. And there it is. I like to garnish it with a little bit more parsley. And some green onions. Scallions. There we go. And now it's ready. Serve it with the hot sauce.